Hi everybody! Welcome to Atomic Martians. This week we're reviewing Fantomex, Marvel Legends style. And also we got a white box. Maybe some Footloose action? We will see. Stay tuned.
Alright, first thing on the review docket, we have a little white box. What's in the box? What could this be? So, I say we open it up. In fact, I know what's in the box, and you probably
You know
do
what's
too.
in the box?
I do. I already opened it.
It's your grandma's vagina.
Kind of smells like it.
Woo! It's dusty too.
It is Footloose, the G.I. Joe Collectors Club free figure they do every year. The 3 3/4 inch Footloose figure. Here he is.
I'm excited.
I know. He has this.
Oh.
And look, we don't even have to open the package. We don't have to cut
Holy
away to open the
cow,
package
box.
because, hey, imagine
Done!
that. Done.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
He does come with a file card, which is very, very authentic. They did a great job.
Yeah.
Great job printing that.
Wow, that looks exactly like the original picture.
It probably is the original
Probably
picture.
actually is the original picture.
Yep.
This is, wow.
And the figure comes in this little baggie here. So
I wonder if you take his social security number, if you could actually, like, get a credit card.
I guess steals identity.
Just, who would have steal his identity? Hi, I'm Andrew Myers.
Well, the club probably just took someone else's credit card number. Never mind. Printed it on the thing.
His saying is, that's far out, man.
That is far out.
That's what he always says. He was kind of like the kind of hippie, even though he really doesn't look like a hippie.
No, he looks like a Vietnam vet, but he was kind of hippie.
Well, see, all this is
Little
actually weed.
Weed on the top of his helmet. Yeah. Yeah, bud.
Packet. Ready to go. Let's go. Get far out, man.
So the file card's really cool. It's actually very
enjoy it.
authentic. I enjoy it too.
I love classic file cards. I have a whole book of them.
Yeah. And one thing, I don't know whether you were made aware of this, but the retaliation figures won't have file cards on them. So, yeah.
I can't buy them then. I'll draw my own.
Draw your own, yeah.
The picture will be so shitty.
You just have to open all of them, yeah.
God, that's so sad.
Well, think of it. I mean, look at the bright side. In like 10 years, we're not going to want to remember these damn figures anyway. So you know, not having a file card is one less thing you like flipping through your memory books and be like, oh well, you know, why is all the 2012 figures not represented in my file cards? Oh, that's right. I guess I came with one.
Hey, you suck Thomas. Well, think about how shitty the file cards were for the first movie. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Like
they weren't
little
like
squares. They have to look like this. They have to look like like you were going to file it.
Exactly.
It's a file card.
Yeah.
You don't give me a little square box. And also, they always put it like near the ridge where everything was glued together, like on the bigger boxes. And
you rip it. And yeah, it looked like a computer program or something like that, or like something that'd be on your computer screen, not an actual file. You know, but I guess kids these days don't really know what files are. You know,
paper. What is paper?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
But overall, I mean, this one's pretty cool. And it actually says "That's far out, man" on the bottom.
It really does. I didn't make that up.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I think Footloose is going to be far out, so I think we should check it out.
Check it.
So, first things first, we have the figure, and he comes with a bunch of different accessories. One thing he comes with is pretty awesome backpack. If you take a closer look at the backpack, it does have straps that can move out, so you can attach. You can attach like his gun, and everything. And on the inside, I don't know if you noticed it or not. On the inside of the backpack, it has a place for his little flashlight.
A little compartment.
A little compartment. It fits right in there. Just pop it in. Bam. Now you have a place to put his flashlight.
That is awesome.
So you don't have to worry about losing it. He comes with this bazooka.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the same bazooka that Bazooka came with, for the most part. Nothing too fancy. I like the appearance of this bazooka, though. I think it's one of the cooler accessories.
Looking. It really
it's classic,
is,
and when you
that look like
when you have the figure holding it, or the character holding it, or whatever, it has a good look to it.
Yeah.
And of course, a little missile that goes with that too. It just goes right in the barrel and just sits in there.
Is it a missile launcher or is it a rocket launcher?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it looks like a bazooka, so I don't know.
It's a bazooka launcher.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He does come with a little pistol, like a little handgun, like 9mm style. But no place to put it.
Yeah, that's
I haven't been able to find it. Yeah, he doesn't have a holster to stick in that, so that's kind of a minus. That sucks. He can carry and store most of his equipment, but he can't really store the handgun.
You can still hook almost everything on here.
Yeah. So. And then the rifle he comes with is like a M16 style gun.
Very nice.
It's actually a pretty cool mold. And he comes with a base, and it says codename Footloose right across the front there. So, with some of the newer figures not including bases being released, these are going to get harder and harder to find. So, and he has a helmet that's removable.
Yeah, you can actually see the texture of his hair in there. I guess it
really?
fits perfectly.
Oh,
look at that. You see that? It's got
wow, yeah,
just like his hair, like it just
like so
molded
it just sits on his head.
Right on there.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you want to talk about the figure a little bit?
Well, yeah, this it looks a lot like the original '85 figure that they released.
The color pattern,
yeah, everything about it. The helmet with the leaves on top.
Yeah.
Even he has the cool stash like the original '85.
Yeah, like Tom Selleck.
Yeah, he has pretty much the typical articulation that you expect from Joe.
He does come with a wrist articulation, which is a pleasant surprise.
Yeah,
Most 25th anniversary style figures don't have that type of wrist articulation. Wow. But he does have the modern wrist articulation, which I don't think a lot of people knew he was going to come with that when until he came out. Yeah.
Yeah, the detailing is very nice. I mean, he even has like his little wristbands and stuff on there.
Yeah. And it his wrists. I mean, some of the figures that have come out recently have had really like bulky, fat wrists, and his are very, very small and not noticeable at all.
No, that Luke Skywalker that we looked at last week, it had some bulk to the wrist.
And the Renegade's Duke has a really bulky wrist too.
Yeah, I never opened that one.
Yeah,
it's hanging on my
his web gear is pretty good. It's not bad.
Kind of it's up a little weird.
Yeah, it's not quite. Yeah, it's not quite. You kind of have to really push down in order to get it so that it doesn't rise up over his shoulders and everything. So you have to kind of manipulate him a little bit. It's not the perfect fit for that. And his helmet, it doesn't look bad, but it does look a hair large. It looks a little big. Yeah. Not so big that it throws you off or really messes with you, but it does look a little bit larger than his head. So,
but it fits good. It doesn't just look. I mean, you can actually hold him by it and wiggle him, and it doesn't fall off. A lot of them, once you take it off, it's like they almost put tacky stuff in him to make them stay on in the package. And as soon as you take it off, you can never get it to sit right.
Yeah, it'll just flop around.
Just flop. Yeah. So this actually locks on. I can put it back on and actually, hold it that way. It's
How's his joints for those? None of them seem loose or
it's just the right amount. No, I mean, nothing. Yeah,
I mean, he basically has the same articulation as most like 30th anniversary or Pursuit of Cobra figures that have come out in the last couple of years. So
the crunch action and everything, and
now the head sculpt is the exact same head sculpt that they used for the Mission Brazil Claymore that came out last year as a club exclusive convention set. So. So it's been used before, but not everyone has it, and I don't actually have a copy of that figure, so it's a new head sculpt for me.
Well, yeah, he's got like detailing in the cheeks, even like he's like making this kind of scrunch face, and you can see like the ridges in his forehead there. The only thing that kind of bugs me, his ear looks like a Holyfield ear, like it's been chewed on or something.
Oh, maybe. Oh, yeah.
Or he has a hearing aid, maybe.
Yeah, it's a little bit of the paint apps there. But it's like they tried to give him like sideburns, but they
couldn't quite get it. They do that side looks a little better. Actually, the other side.
But he definitely has like a rugged looking face. It looks like he's seen some action. He's a little bit older. He's probably like in his mid 30s.
We're getting old then.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
Glad you say
and
that.
He's not like the new Joe on the block. He's seen some action. He's seen some.
Well, he's done a lot of drugs too. So
of course
he's probably actually only 23, but he's done a lot of drugs, so he looks a little older.
Yeah, and he kind of has that 1,000-yard stare a little bit too. Yeah, it's far out, man. It's far out.
Far out, man. I just remember him on the cartoon always saying shit like that, and you're like looking at him, like that really doesn't go with that character.
Yeah.
Like, I understand Bazooka's all like,
yeah, like a meathead, yeah.
Fucking stupid meathead because he got the jersey and everything.
But this character, yeah. Yeah, it's almost like he's like the Vietnam vet that never want to be in Vietnam to begin with. You know, he was like the hippie that got drafted or whatever. You know,
he's hiding behind a tree smoking a doobie.
Yeah, I mean, him and Alpine are always hanging out. You know,
Alpine.
Alpine was high as a kite all the time anyway, too.
Yeah.
You know,
you love mountain climbing.
Yep.
Because I like to get high.
But yeah, overall, I mean, I love the paint scheme on them. It's a very traditional. He always had that like that olive green with the brown stripes and stuff on them. And they even incorporated this like 4-leaf clover. Did you notice that? The little red 4-leaf clover on the shoulder.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of strange. I don't remember the original character having that, but
I should have brought the original.
Maybe he had it in the comic book or something. Yeah. I don't know. Now I know I've talked a lot of crap about the club over the last few months or whatever, but one thing they've been doing right, and they continue to do right, is make very, very good quality figures. And I'm very thankful for that. And I think one of the main reasons I talk a lot of crap about the club is because I want them to succeed. And I want them to do well, because if they're doing well, that means the brand as a whole of G.I. Joe is doing well.
Well, you have high expectations. I mean,
exactly,
really,
exactly.
You expect a lot from this club.
Mm-hmm. So when crap like, credit card information getting leaked or like convention dates getting switched after they've already been announced and stuff. When that stuff happens, it's disappointing, more than anything. And I expect them to do a better job. And but the one thing they managed to, no matter what they screw up, everything else, they've managed to still make very, very cool figures and very good quality figures. Yeah. And the next convention set is October Guard. So I'm actually the $300 and some that's going to cost is actually pretty tempting. I might have to ask for that for my birthday present.
Yeah, that's going to be amazing.
Exactly. So, yep.
So I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it's a G.I. Joe, and I like pretty much any Joe.
And I like classic figures too, and I like 25th anniversary style. And I'm really actually surprised that Hasbro never made this figure, because he was a big important character in the cartoon. Yeah, like he was all over the cartoon, and they never made one. So I'm glad the club finally stepped up and did it.
Yeah, let's not make the cool figures, because even the original, like when you look at it, it's an awesome figure compared to a lot of the originals.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
he was always one of my favorites when I was a kid.
Let's not make the cool good figures. Let's just make garbage and whatever.
But here he is, Footloose.
There he is.
Enjoy. If you didn't get him from the club, from your membership, then
sorry.
Have fun spending a lot of money for him on eBay.
Footloose, kick off your Sunday shoes.
All right, now that's enough. Now that song's gonna be stuck in my head, and it's gonna be stuck in their head for like the next month.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Happy I could do something.
Yeah. Well, you know what else you could do? Review this fucking figure.
Let's do it. And you know what? Fucking starts with an F, and so does this figure, Fantomex, from Marvel Legends and the mind of Grant Morrison. Here he is in plastic form, ready for
Thank you, Grant Morrison, for creating a character that his name is very difficult to pronounce.
We were having a debate for 5 minutes.
Fantomex?
Is it Fantomex? Is it Phantom X? Is it
Fantomex?
Mex? Mm-hmm. And then I was like, I think he's French, so that's not the... No.
Is he X silent and he's just Phantom-y?
Is he... Phantom?
Yeah, Phantom.
Like a large book? He's Phantom?
I don't know. So
here he is, though. This is from Marvel Legends Wave 2 from Hasbro. Mm-hmm. So again, Hasbro's kind of kicked off Marvel Legends again here in 2012.
And unless you've been living under a rock, or you've been held prisoner in a foreign country, you should be pretty aware that the Marvel Legends figures are out now.
Yeah, they're back in full force. It seems
they are. Well,
maybe
back in as they're almost impossible to find, because they get bought up as soon as they get put on the shelves. But yes, they are.
It's like you can find this is from Series 2 of the new wave, and it seems like at the moment I can find Series 1 everywhere, but I can't find any of Series 2 anywhere.
Yeah.
And the figures that I can find from Series 1 I've already got them.
Yeah.
And don't need any more.
No.
And the ones that I can find from Series 2, I just buy them when I can get them.
Yep.
And this is one of those cases.
Yep. So let's talk about the package.
Yeah, let's.
Yeah.
He's got the very cool Ed McGuinness style artwork picture here of him shooting some guns.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, nice clear window to see the figure.
Yep.
You know,
a lot of cool comic book inspired, action.
Bam!
Bursts.
Right in your face.
Right. And
Arnim Zola.
Yeah, exclamation points, all over the place.
Series.
Yep.
Of course, the little comic book lettering there, Fantomex. Again, I think we said this last time we talked about Thor. I really like how they're doing some of these panelings to make it look more like a comic book sort of thing.
And it's a very, very narrow package, too, so it's not like, it's not overwhelming.
No. But what's really cool is it stands out.
It does, yes.
Especially considering that, like when you're going up against a company like DC Universe, which is such like a bland packaging anymore. This is something that really pops, and I think that helps it move off the shelf.
I agree.
Moving around to the back side here, you've got an even bigger picture of Fantomex shooting his guns, and then he has like a little blue orb there behind him.
Mm-hmm.
What's it doing? I don't know. That's part of the intrigue. Maybe if you open up the figure, you'll find out.
Yep.
I don't know. And then you have the rest of the figures in the line, which are like Dark Wolverine, the Wrecking Crew, Bucky Cap, Drax, Fantomex, Madam Mask, and Big Time Spider-Man.
Yep.
All put together to make old Mr. Face Tummy here, Arnim Zola. He is like a geneticist from the comic books, and he's a big Captain America villain. And I don't
he's
really know.
Pretty cool looking.
He is. He's very interesting.
Yeah.
He's very interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's something the fans have been clamoring for or not. I'm not a big Arnim Zola guy, but
I don't know anything about him. I just know he looks cool.
He looks kind of neat.
Yeah.
So this is one of those things where, like, wanting to build a figure could make you buy more of the figures in the line.
So this guy's sort of an anti-hero, isn't he? I would say. It says the mysterious Fantomex, villain or hero, only he decides.
Yeah,
sort of like Deadpool, where sometimes he's a good guy, sometimes he's a bad guy.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, it depends on what's going down.
This depiction of Fantomex is from his current incarnation in the group Uncanny X-Force, which is a pretty cool comic book series. And actually, it's about the same as his old original look as well. He always had the trench coat on. He always had the guns. The only difference is that originally, when he came out, he just wore an all-white costume. So I kind of like the look of the black and white. Mm-hmm. Breaks it up and looks pretty neat.
And honestly, with the all-white costume, I mean, it's tendency for it to get dirty. And show dirt a lot. If you have some black in there, it doesn't show up as much.
Yeah, it makes the white look better.
Yeah. But. So, all right. Well, I think we should open this guy up and check him out.
I concur.
You agree? All right, let's do it. Yes. All right, here we are with Fantomex out of package, and he looks pretty sweet. Yeah. Do you want to stop doing your weird finger things, and we can talk about the figure?
So
yeah, but you went a little too long with it.
That was the point. Yeah. Just want to make it awkward.
You got to make it a little bit,
Just got to weird everybody out.
A little bit less.
Anyway, so Fantomex, he figure-wise, this guy is pretty kick-ass looking.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I don't know too much about the character.
Well, there's too much to know about the character, to tell you the truth.
He can do effing everything.
I've read his bio, and he pretty much can do anything he wants, apparently for the most part.
Apparently, the one thing that I really took away from reading the bio, apparently he used to use special bullets that had mutated skin on them.
Yes.
That made it so he would never miss his target.
Yes.
But he used the last one on Archangel.
That's right.
So he doesn't have
But he didn't
bullets
kill
anymore.
Archangel.
He didn't kill him.
So even though the bullets will never miss their target, it's not guaranteed that they could miss like the target's like head or heart.
Well, maybe he's
vital organs.
Maybe he's just trying to, flesh wound or something.
Oh, well, yeah. I don't know.
Anyway.
But I mean, he has at least like 100 different mutant powers. I mean, this guy's like chock full of mutant powers.
And he's French.
Yeah.
That's the end all be all right there.
Yep.
French. Anyway.
So not all French are pussies.
No.
Sorry.
This one's pretty badass.
I don't mean to offend any French people. Yeah, I do. Anyway.
Suck it. That's my baguette.
But as far as the figure goes, he's pretty sweet looking.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you get some really cool poses. In fact, Jay just set him up like this, and it was awesome. So
damn right, yo.
Damn right. There he is.
He is as far as figure goes, lots of articulation, great articulation.
Mm-hmm. Once again, he doesn't have. What I've noticed with pretty much all of these Marvel Legends figures in the new waves is they don't have any stiff joints. Their joints are very fluid, but they're not loose. So right out of the package, you don't have to worry about like cracking the joints or loosening them up or anything like that. They automatically have a really nice flow to them.
Very correct indeed. The figure, what I think is very nice about it, if we realized, is that he is actually a reuse of a body from a previous wave that they did back in a couple years ago. They did a Wolverine and Forge 2-pack for Marvel Legends.
Oh yeah, when they're doing those 2-packs, yeah.
Yeah, and this is actually a reuse of the Forge body, but it's really cool because it was a good body to begin with. What I really like about it, if you open up the jacket, you can see with a lot of these figures now, they're doing this like kind of radial scapula joint where you can have the figure put their arms way out in front of them like they're flexing or something. They didn't do that on this figure, and I like it because it keeps the chest looking nice and pristine and looks really cool.
Yeah.
And the figure itself, I like the design of it. It's got like that kind of 90s feel for it, like the whole Jim Lee, Rob Liefeld thing where they've got these like really big meaty legs, but it works down to like kind of skinny lower extremities, like the feet and the hands are a little bit smaller than what they should be considering how big the arms and everything are. But it really looks cool on this figure.
Yeah.
And the design they chose for it really helps to like kind of point out how sleek he is and everything. It's very cool.
Yeah.
So he's got the Forge body going, same bit of articulation that figure had. But also they give him these really awesome guns that you can
these
see.
guns look sick.
They're like kind of like futuristic-y looking.
And he can hold them in both hands too. Both hands are set up with the trigger hands.
So they've got the trigger fingers. Then he's got 2 holsters that you actually can't. When you take the guns out of his holsters and put them back, you can't see him in the trench coat, which I thought was really neat.
Yeah, you can. It covers them up. Yeah.
And then you pull them out or put them back in the holsters, and you can kind of see through the trench coat. Whatever. Who cares? They still look cool. He's got a really nice looking belt on there.
Yeah, he does.
And what's nice about this versus some of the other Marvel Legends figures that I've noticed, this belt's actually glued down, folks. So you don't have to worry about it moving around the whole time, like with your Steve Rogers figure or with your Wrecking Crew figure or whomever else has a belt. You don't have to worry about that shit moving around. It stays in one place, y'all.
He does kind of have like the Gambit trench coat. And in fact, I would not be surprised if they reuse this type of trench coat for a future Gambit figure.
Yeah, and I love that trench coat. Actually, the first time that came out was with their 2-pack Ultimate Captain America and Ultimate Nick Fury.
And Nick Fury, yeah,
it's been super popular since then. They've used it on a couple figures. It's the best trench coat in the business, folks.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not ashamed to say it. I've taken it. I've used it on customs. It works. It's the bomb digs. It looks awesome in white. And they've got the cool black patterning on the back, just like in the comics. Yeah,
they did a fantastic job with the paint apps, too. They're very smooth, very fluid. I'm not seeing too many blemishes or like like blurred lines, and stuff like that.
White is really clean.
It is.
It's like I'm gonna be honest, I picked up the Fantastic Foundation Spider-Man where he's all white and black. And the figure looks tight, but honestly, in a lot of the white sections, it looks dirty already out of the package. Yeah. This one looks pristine.
And the trench coat, and there's a good blend of the white too. The trench coat and the his body actually match up very well. Yeah. So it looks fluid. It doesn't look like he has like his trench coat's just like a slightly different color than the body, which could throw off the figure and make it look strange. Yeah. It actually looks other than seeing the trench coat lines like around his arms, it basically looks like everything's all one piece, Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, honestly, I don't know much about the character, but this figure makes him very intriguing.
He looks
really cool. He kind of has the kind of looks like Firefly a little bit from G.I. Joe with the mask and everything.
Yeah. Well, that's one thing.
And he kind of reminds me of a little bit like Deadpool, but he's once you know more about the character, he's a lot different than Deadpool. Yeah, he's completely different.
One thing I will say, I love the head sculpt on this one, and it's a different head sculpt. I've never seen that before. Again, it looks just like the figure. One thing I noticed on the package is that over top of the mouth and nose, it's a little bit smoother than here. On the actual figure, you can kind of see the outline of maybe like his lower lips and his ears. Where on the package, for the animated picture of him, it's a smooth mouth and smooth ears. Honestly, I kind of like this more realistic look.
Because there's parts on his face that it catches shadow, so you can actually see a definition where his lips are and everything like that.
But it's not overdone so that it looks like. I know sometimes in the comics, you get two artists. You get the guys that completely gloss over the mouth, and you get guys that put the mask on and still have the mouth underneath of it.
Yeah.
And this is like a nice happy medium because it gives you some accent for where the mouth would be, but it doesn't give you all the expression.
Exactly.
And it looks just cool.
It looks cool. And it's super realistic too. And even to a point where he has like knitting, and you see the stitches where his mask was like sewn together.
Yeah, see, and that's what I really like because it kind of goes along with the pattern on the figure also. Like the black and white patterns a little bit.
Yeah.
So I think that's super tight. And it's just like a nice detail.
Yeah. So overall, even though I'm not really familiar with the character and I haven't read any of the comics that he's been in, the figure looks amazing. And I would highly recommend it, even if you're not familiar with the character very much or whatever. It's just an all-around cool-looking action figure. And it'd be perfect for anyone's displays or whatever. So if you're a fan of Marvel Legends, I would highly recommend picking them up.
Definitely. Get them.
All right, that's been another exciting episode of Atomic Martian Toy Reviews, where we reviewed Fantomex and Footloose from the G.I. Joe Collectors Club. Make sure you tune in next week. We'll have another review on the internet. And don't forget to check out some of our sponsors with WB Collect, Big Bad Toy Store, TenaciousToys.com, Radar Toys, T-Shirt Bordello, and I think that's it. If not, someone's going to be mad. And that's it. Check out our Facebook page, and I would definitely recommend going and pick these figures up. I think they're freaking sweet, both of them. And that's it. Peace out. Have a good one.